Hello, everybody. This is your man, Jason F. Smith, creator of the Shades of Intimacy and Modern Day Warrior Intensives. Welcome to the Shades of Intimacy and Modern Day Warrior Daily Download Edition, where the topic is, who are you? So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Daily Download. Okay. Have you ever had one of those moments where you wonder, like, who am I? So there's a great scene I'm going to tell you about from the Lord of the Rings. It's Frodo and Sam. This is the movie version, so if you've got that in your mind, picture Elijah Wood and the guy who's playing Sam. Can't remember his name right now. Sean Astin. And there's a moment when Frodo is just really, really burdened, where things are going to hell, and he's losing his mind, and he's being called to give the ring to the Nazgul, and it's wearing him down. And I mean, all of the pressures of life are upon him. The burdens, the confusion in the center of a war, away from home, out of his element. Can you relate? Have you ever had this moment in your life when you were away from home, where there was confusion, where there was bickering and fighting and war, and when you were burdened and you were tired, maybe you were sick and you had something someone wanted from you and you were like, here, take it. You've been in this situation, in a relationship with someone where it's like, oh, I cannot deal with this anymore. And faithful Sam sees Frodo's burden and tackles him and says, hey, you can't give that ring away to the Nazgul. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. And Frodo loses his shit, pulls out his sword, and almost skewers poor Sam. And then stops at the last second, and he's all, it's me. Sam's all, it's me. It's your Sam. It's your Sam. And Frodo leans back, and his hand flips out, and the sword flips from his hands. And it's a beautiful piece of editing because you can hear the swords clink. And in that moment of all this stress, I mean, Frodo has attacked the most loyal person to him in his entire life. Sam is the definition of loyalty. The most loyal person in his life to him. He's attacked him. He's put a sword to his throat. He's almost kills him in this moment of absolute collapse. And then he sits back, and asks himself a question. Frodo asks himself the question, who am I? What's going on? It's hopeless. This hopeless moment, this who am I? And it's at that moment that Sam calls back to who they are. And he finds out who he is. He finds his loyalty amidst the craziness. He finds home. He finds the Shire. And everything starts to change from that moment. Like, there is suddenly hope. And Frodo has to see himself in a different light. He has to see himself as someone who can do this task. He can go to Mount Doom with the ring, and he has support. So why am I telling you this story? Because often in relationship, when you're right down there in the trenches and things are going wrong, you forget that you have support. You forget who you are. You think you're isolated and that you're all alone. That's why this story is important. Because all of us can be Frodo. All of us can be Frodo in that moment when we're bearing the burden, where we feel we're taking the whole load, where we're deadlifting the entire family, deadlifting your partner, deadlifting the relationship. It's all on you. And you get to the point where you're like, the Nazgul creeps into your life. It might be alcohol. It might be pornography. It might be someone at work. It might be the thrill, the escape of what? Relieve my burdens in an affair. things can get really dark in this place, in this burdened place. And you must stop and ask yourself the hard question. Who am I? Who are you really? And that brave question allows you to sit back and take stock of where you are, where you want to go. But it starts with that core question. The hardest of all questions, who am I? Because often, brothers and sisters, we're not who we thought we were. We do things that we're ashamed of. We slip into sedation and addiction. We stop feeling our feelings. We start avoiding the facts. We live in lies. We live in fantasy. We live in illusion. And we sit at some moment, we go, who am I? Who have I become? So brothers and sisters, I have an assignment for you. I want you to ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Get a piece of paper out and do this. Write this out on a piece of paper. Who am I? Write it at the top of the paper and start to list. List who you are. List the things you've done. List everything and start to get to know yourself. Because until you do, it's impossible for you to get to know your partner on the level that your partner needs to be fully cared for, challenged, connected to. And if you both want to create something beautiful in this world, you're gonna have to figure out who you are so that you can then see the other person fully for who they are. Consider this. If there's a part of you that you are hiding, that you are not letting be seen, that you will not be able to see that part in your partner. And if you do, you will shame them because you are shaming yourself. So get out that paper, start taking this first step. This first step in relationship. This isn't about them. This is about you. Who are you? So you have your assignment. Get to work. This is Jason F. Smith signing off.